Hi, this is Sian at Sian's Fitness. It's a rainy, miserable day here in Essex, so we're going to stay indoors and do a 20-minute exercise routine using your body weights. We don't need any weights, any equipment whatsoever. Make sure you've got some water and something comfortable to wear. Stand with our feet just outside the hips, and then we're going to just release the shoulders. So we're just doing a little shoulder roll, up, back and around. Just any stiffness you might have in the upper body from perhaps prolonged sitting, or maybe you've just woken up and it's early in the morning. So just want to make sure we're waking up all the muscles in the body. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands from the floor up towards the ceiling, making big circular motions like this. So as we come down into the squat, we mobilise through the knee. As we lift up, we bring bigger circles into the upper body, and you can roll through the spine as well. The idea is to wake up the muscles and get ourselves prepared for our exercise routine today. Let's do one more, and then what we're going to do, if we can, is reach a hand up past the ears and then bring the opposite hand towards the knee. So reach up past the ears. Sometimes if your hands don't want to go there, you're welcome to come here. And maybe then when you feel a little warmer, you can then etch them up a little further, no problem. So reaching up past the ears, and then if you can, get a little bit deeper. So we're trying to get the hands to the outside of the ankle. Of course, you know, if you can't go so far with any stiffness in the hamstrings, it's no problem. Just go as far as you can today. Excellent. We're going to do one more either side. So bring the hand to outside ankle, we'll go for one more, and then we're going to come into some hip rolls. So open up through the hands like this. Then we're going to do some hip rolls. We'll just leave the hands on the waist like this, and we're just bringing a little hip roll into place. So mobilising the hips. This is a great way to get ourselves ready for body weight squats, for lunges. You really want to get that deep waking up of those muscles there. So little hip rolls here. As you do a few more hip rolls, maybe you bring your knee a little closer in, and then maybe you want to circulate a little further out. We'll do one more either side, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little elbow to knee twist trunk rotation. We're just bringing the elbow towards the knee. Our trunk rotation is getting the elbow towards the knee, and as you get warmer in this exercise, maybe bring your arm or your elbow closer towards your knee. Good, let's go for one more either side. And then what we're going to do is a side lunge. You're going to bring your hand to the inside ankle, and then to your hand on the inside ankle on the other side. So again, getting the muscles mobile, ready for some body weight exercises today. But this is a great way to stretch the inner thigh, ready for squats and lunges later on. And I am actually getting nice and warm here. So we're going to go for one more either side. Excellent. All right, now what we're going to do next is we're going to just stand like this and try and get the heel towards the butt. So just mobilising the quads here, because sometimes we have a little bit of stiffness here, and if we just ensure that most of our body is nice and warm before we do anything, then it's a great way to start. Good, possibly you're feeling your heart rate come up now. And that's good. If you are, and you want a little more, you can come down into a slight squat. See how I'm bending my knees and trying to get my heel towards my butt. All right, now, this is quite a hard one for some. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some walkouts. So, I'll come on side profile. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to come down towards the toe like this. And then we're going to walk the hand out into a long plank. And then we're going to bring the hands all the way back to the toes, rolling through the spine. Should we try that again? So let's reach up, bring the hand down towards the toe. You can soften the knee if you need to, and then come out into a long plank like this. Good. And then we'll walk all the way in towards the toe, roll up, and let's do it again. So should we try 3 more? Roll up, roll down, roll up, roll down, into a long plank. Come up, roll through the spine. How many more? 2, yeah? We come down towards the toe, roll out into a long plank, hold, and then come back, releasing the shoulders at the top. Oh, I am definitely feeling warm now, so that is good. I think we are ready for our body weight routine. Roll up and release the shoulders. If you need to, you can grab a drink at this point. Right, so we're nice and warm. So we're going to do some body weight exercises now. We're going to do 3 different exercises: squats, lunges, press-ups. And remember the walkouts from the warm-up that we did. We're going to do those as we come from a squat to a press-up. So let's set a squat, so hands are on our hips, feet are outside the hips, and then we're going to come down into a squat. So push back and down. Imagine you're trying to sit onto a toilet. But while we're doing that, the knees are above the ankles. That's 3. We're going to go for 4, 5. We're doing 10 in total. 6, so just always making sure your butt comes all the way down so it's flat level to the floor. Let's go for 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to walk ourselves out into a long plank. So we come into a long plank, the walk out like we did in the warm-up, and we're going to drop down to the knees. We're going to take the hands just outside the shoulders and come into a press up. Now sometimes you start and your knees are like that, and that's absolutely fine, but if we can, we're going to take the knees back as far as possible, and we're going to do 10 press ups. I'll stay with you all the way through. So we're going to go 10, we're going to go 9, so we're trying to bring the nose all the way down towards the mat here. If after a few repetitions you find that this is too much, remember, just walk those knees a little closer in, or if there's too much, stop and recover. All right, we're going to do 3 more together. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so then what we're going to do is reposition the hands under the shoulders. We come into a plank, we're going to do the reverse walk out, so we walk back. We're going to bring the hands all the way to the toes, and then we're going to roll up, releasing the shoulders. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to do is a lunge. So for a lunge, we want to step back nice and long. So the feet are about a leg length between each other, knee above the ankle, this knee below the hip. So you can recover for a few moments while I show you that. And then together we'll do 10 lunges on either side. So we're going to go 10, 9, so this knee is above the ankle, this knee below the hip. Keeping the chest up and open. Good, we're going to go for 4 more. So we go 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so often sometimes when you do lunges to begin with, they are quite hard. So do as many as you can, or stay with me, 10 on the other side. So again, chest lifted, abdominals tucked in, and the knee is parallel to the ankle if we can. So we're going to go 10, 9, 8. As you do this, squeeze these glutes together. It really helps to work those glutes. Keep going. I may have lost count, but I think we got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and let's recover. Awesome work. Now we're going to do all those 3 exercises again. Short gaps in the middle. I won't need to tell you exactly how all those exercises are done this time. So, I'm going to make sure my mat's in position this time, and then you're welcome to come with me for a squat. So, let's go for 10 squats. 10, 9, 8, 7 on the squat, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, a few moments to recover, and then we're going to bring the hands up. We're going to bring the hands down. We're going to walk the hand all the way out into a long plank, so the hands on the shoulders, and we come into a plank, drop the knees, take the hands just outside the shoulders, and let's do 10 press-ups. So we have 10, 9. Remember that position of your knee can come in closer if you want. And it all depends on you and your strength. Some people are stronger through the upper body. 2 and 1. We'll do one more for luck. One more for luck. Good. So reverse the plank, hands on the shoulders, come back to that plank, and then we're going to bring the hands back down to the toes, roll up, release the shoulders. Okay, so let's step into a lunge position. Long on the lunge. Let's take a leg length back, keeping the hands on the hip. Just for this next set, we go 8. Oh no, I said 10, didn't I? We're doing 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. All right, so we're going to do 10 on that side as well, not 8. So we're going to go 10 on the lunge, 9, 8. That's it, keep going. So try and bring that knee all the way down to the floor. Good. I've lost count again. This often happens, but it's fine. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. Sometimes when I get excited and start talking. Okay, so that might be just enough for you at the moment. You may want to just press pause and move on. But if you want a little more, we're going to carry on and make all those exercises a little harder. So this time, still using the body weight, we're going to come back into a squat, but we're going to release the arms so they're level to the shoulders this time. So we come down into a squat, we extend the arms level to the shoulder for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So sometimes when we've done this many, it's all about the repetition. That's what gets us the work. All right, lovely. One more. Then we're going to bring the hands up, bring the fingers down towards the floor, roll out into a long plank, bring the feet together, hands under shoulders, drop the knees, and then bring the hands outside. Let's go for 10. All right. So I can definitely feel this now, doing these press-ups. You don't need to be on the toes to make this effective. Us ladies get really strong, just drawing our knees back and getting the nose down towards the mat. 2 more. Last one. And bring the hands under the shoulders, back into a plank, like this. And then we're going to draw the hands to the toes. Might I remind you that you could just skip the walkouts if it's getting too intense. And then I'm going to face you this time for the lunges. We're going to step back nice and long, and this time we're going to release the arm up into the air as we lunge. So we're going to go 10, 9, 8, trying to bring the hands up as far as we can, and trying to get the knees as close to the floor as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's try the other side. So step back nice and long, level to the hip, and then as we come down, we'll lift the hands up. So 10. All right, so probably at this point, you're probably feeling like you've had quite a good workout already. I can definitely feel that I've done something, but we're going to continue to train if we can. Let's do 2 more on the lunge. Last one, step in. Right, so our next set of exercises, I'm going to come to a box position. I'm going to bring my hands under my shoulders and my knees under my hips. I'm going to draw in through my belly, you follow me, so that we've got a nice straight back. So we don't want any curve that way, nor do we want curve that way. We want a nice straight back. And then once we've got that nice straight back, we're going to extend the arm and then extend the opposite leg so that it's level to our back. So we point the fingers out towards past our ears if we can, and sometimes when we first start this exercise it's just about balancing basically and trying not to fall over, but if you focus on a spot on the mat, then that will really help with balance, and then you can just keep going. Now realign if you feel wobbly or whatever, just realign, take it a little slow if you need to, no problem. So we're going to try and keep this up with me all the way through, extending nice and long. You keep remembering that core involvement by drawing in nice and strong. Good, okay, let's do one more on this side, and then we'll realign the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. So drawing in again, let's make sure that we're in a nice box position. And this time we're going to lift the leg up into the air so that the knee is level to the hip. And then we're going to pulse the hip up towards the ceiling. I'm going to try and do this for about 30 seconds, okay? So following all those squats and lunges that we just did, now we were just trying to polish the work that we did off in the glutes. We get really strong glutes. So just keep those pulses up. Now sometimes after doing the squats and lunges, that is enough as it is. You're welcome to bring that leg down. But we're going to go for 5 more seconds. And 3, and 2, and 1. Wicked. Let's try the other side. So again, knee comes up, so level to the hip. And then we're going to pulse for about 30 seconds. So just really getting that work there in the glute on the opposite side. Keep drawing that belly in though. And release the hand, feel a bit wobbly. But we're going to keep going with that hip pulse. Up and back. I'm definitely feeling that. Great way to train my glute. We're going to go for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Excellent. So following on from that, you can actually stretch your lower back by lifting up and then drawing down. So now what we're going to do is match that with some more bodyweight exercises. As opposed to the wide press up, we're going to go for a narrow press up. So that's going to work your triceps. So tricep press up. Now sometimes when you start, your knees are in and you just draw your elbows down to the floor like this. But today if you can, we're going to draw the knees back as far as you can, and we're going to do 10 tricep press ups. So we're going to go for 10 on the tricep press up. Now we're keeping the elbow nice and close to our body. Just follow me as we run through. 5, 6, so elbow squeeze in next to your ribs. Your nose comes down. Remember that realignment, and sometimes already you're feeling that because that's quite a small muscle that we're working. Okay, well done. We're going to roll down onto the mat now and continue our session by bringing the hand up to the temple for a back extension. Now when you first do a back extension, you might feel a little stiff and we don't want to come up too far. So let's try. Come up, and we're trying to aim to work these muscles here. So just loosen up first, and then when you can, when you lift up, we try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So lift up, try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Yeah. So we don't want any niggles in the lower back when you do this exercise. We want to make sure that it's nice and comfortable and working for us, okay? And just coming up as far as you can. Let's go for 1 more. And bring the hands on the shoulders, push back into the heels. Let's just release the lower back after doing that exercise. Now in the next round, we're not going to do the leg extensions or the hip pulses. We're just going to come back to another set of the triceps and then another set of the back extensions. So let's realign the hands so down under the shoulders. Take the knees back again. Bring them closer if you want. We're going to do 10 on the tricep press. So let's press down and up. Trying to keep the elbows nice and close to the body as we press. That's it, good. So always tucking in. I can definitely feel the back of my arm now. Good, let's go for 4. Good, keep pressing. 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's roll down, coming back to that back extension that we did before, bringing the hands up by the temple and then lifting up. So we're going to lift the heels. So aiming for around 10. And again, it really doesn't matter if we do 1 more or less. It's absolutely fine. So I'm going to strengthen the lower back by lifting up the chin as far as we can without strain. Good. So we try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Sometimes when you've been doing a few repetitions, you feel a bit more comfortable to get your body weight further from the floor. 3, 2, and 1. All right, realign your hands under the shoulders. Push back into the heels. Well done. And now finally we come to a laying position. So let's roll down. Let's bring the feet to the floor. Just a simple crunch. Now I know it sounds simple, but if we haven't done exercise for a while, sometimes it does feel quite strong, just lifting the shoulders from the mat. So let's see how we go in our first set. If we bring the hand up to the temples, we're going to crunch up towards the knees and roll down. Now what we're trying to do here is keeping the chin lifted from the neck. So sometimes we'll see that, and I see that because what you're trying to do is lift the body from the mat, but just a slight lift may be all you need to get those abdominals working, yeah? And then if you feel more comfortable, then you lift up, so the eye gaze always stays to the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to stay laying on the floor. Slightly advanced exercise if you're okay with that. So making sure the back's pressed in, the belly squeezed in towards the back. And then we're going to bring the elbow towards the knee. So we're going to go 1, 2. So lifting the toe from the floor, getting the elbow towards the knee. So we should get that lovely feeling in the side of the body. And then if we're comfortable, we try and bring the knee closer towards our elbow. And sometimes we're miles away when we first start doing that, and that is okay. No one's watching, are they? So we can just progress here as and when. We take rests as and when, okay? It's no problem. We do what we can. That is 20 minutes, full body weight routine. Doing this, often we can feel this in the lower abdominals, and it's quite enough for us. And you're welcome to stay here if you want to. But what we're going to try and do if we want the advanced exercise is we're going to bring the knee level to the hip, and we're going to extend the leg out and draw in. So that really makes sure it's strong in the lower ab. But we're really trying to make sure that the back stays flat to the floor. We don't want that curve up. So that's going to give you back niggles. We want to make sure that we strengthen this to strengthen that. Good, so just extending the leg, and again, always, if you find that this is too much, you want to stop, you can stop. Just take a little recovery time. Well, let's do one more either side. And now let's bring the feet to the floor and recover. So we're going to do another set of all those exercises. So what did we do first? We did a crunch, didn't we? So again, heels are flat, bring the hands up to the temples, and we're going to crunch and roll down. Crunch and roll down. If you're feeling a bit more confident this time, maybe you want to reach your arms so that they come out towards the knees, yeah? So still keeping that chin lifted. We're trying to reach as far as we can to get that effect in the upper part of the abdominal. Keep reaching. Good, so let's go for 3 more if we can. 2 more, doesn't matter if I've lost count. Last one, and then let's come into a cross crawl. So the cross crawl, basic one, elbow to knee. Now you may have seen the advanced version, but today we're keeping it low. We're trying to get the elbow to the knee. crunching as much as possible. Good. Maybe in this round you can get a little further towards the knee. Good. You can even advance and bring the hand out towards the ankle. Good. Let's go for one more either side. And then again, let's draw the knees in, lock it back into the floor. Before aligning your knee level to the hip for another set of the leg extension. Remember, toe taps, or let's just get that nice long leg extension. And then if you want an advanced exercise, we're going to now extend the hand as well as we release the leg. Oh, that makes it a little harder, doesn't it? So, and if, obviously, you don't want to do that, you leave the arms out. No need to do any more. Let's do one more either side. Last one. And then just rock your back into the floor. And the other way. Whenever we've done any exercise, it's really important to make sure that we stretch the whole body. So if we just continue to lay here with our shoulders relaxed on the floor, we draw in through the belly and relax. And then once we feel nice and relaxed, we're going to take the leg up into the air and just pull on the back of your leg. So we're trying to aim to stretch the hamstring here. If you draw your knee closer in towards you, you'll feel that stretch open out in the back leg. Ah, dear. All right, we're going to bring that leg, place on the knee. Open out the hip first, and then we're going to grab the shin if we can. Sometimes you might feel a bit stiff, so you can just grab your knee and heel and draw in as close as you need to, or as you can. And then, but if you want more, you can grab your shin and draw in. So thank you so much for following this 20-minute bodyweight exercise routine. We've worked every single muscle in the body here. Let's take it to the other side, stretch. So you don't need a gym to do any exercises. Everything can be done at home. It just depends how motivated you are. Good, we're going to bend the leg. But I do applaud you. And then bring the hand to the shin again if you can, for staying with me today. And it's always so much better when you've done something, isn't it? You could just go away and feel smug now, right? All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to roll around onto the side. We're going to take the top leg. Now, the leg underneath bends, it helps to support your body. We take the top leg behind. Sometimes feel a little bit stiff here as well. And it may be that you can't quite reach your toe. If that happens, just try and pull your heel back as far as you can. If you can, we try and get that wonderful deep stretch in the quad now as we draw back. And we can even relax the head. And of course, we need to stretch the other side, right? So let's roll around, come to the other side. Lay down, bring the toe up, draw back, so we get that wonderful stretch. Good, and if you have followed me so far, but you're really struggling for motivation, I do offer one-to-one personal training online, so you don't even have to be in Essex to join. Now what we're going to do here is draw down into the heels and bring the stretch into the calves. So you can message me www.siansfitnessandnutrition.com. Alright, let's drop the knees, bring the hands along the shins, and then we're going to stand up. Oh, excellent. Now we're stood. Let's stretch into the upper back. Interlock the hands, push away like this. So we're bringing the stretch into the upper back by pushing on the fingers. And bring the hands behind. Lift up through the chest. So we're trying to open up the stretch in the chest here. So all those press ups that we did need to be stretched out. Stretch is very important for recovery. Relax through the shoulder. Let the arms drop and we'll take it to the tricep now. So just bring your hand onto the out part of your arm and then draw down. So trying to get that stretch in the tricep. Oh, and may I say, sometimes you might feel stiff to begin with. You might just want to push your arm like that. Hope you're going to make some healthy choices today. Again, like I said, go on my website. There's loads of recipes on there to keep you motivated and eating well. And don't forget, exercise every day. Cook every night. That's my motto. I'm going to bring it to the shoulder stretch. Just a quick one before I say thank you and goodbye. Well done.